What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another installment of E.B.N Network. It's your boy, Black Ass here. And today, man, I just wanted to talk about a few things. Number one is coming up with a plan. And another is, mostly talking about how the economy is and how this is just my prediction on the future, where shit's gonna be for the next 5 to 10 years. So, but before that, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, put a comment down below, what you think of my fucking drug dealer braids. That's what I'm calling them. What do you think of my new hairstyle? But so let me start off by just saying this. The economy, the world, everything in general, it's not what it used to be like 10 some years ago. A lot of stuff have become, I would say, more high in price, but low in consumer, or actually high in price and high in consumerism. And one thing, I think that's better for lighting. One thing I've noticed is, we're going back in humanity. We're not moving and pushing forward for, any really advancements. I feel like today in modern time, people are just fucked up. People are fucked up because of what is set in front of us. Everything is always like advertised. Nowadays people don't really want to work. You have rich people who look down on the poor. All this violence, senseless violence in the streets that's happening, whether it's Chicago, LA, women are not really, they don't want to be mothers, and that kind of, that in itself is decreasing the population. The older generation, I feel like they've lost some of their ways, not all of them. And I know that where we're heading to in the next 5 to 10 years, I don't really think we're gonna survive based off of the shit that's been happening these past 5 to 10 years and the shit that's been put in front of us. Whether it's the inflation, people not really caring about, like, really anything. Like, nobody gives a fuck about anything, really, if you really think about it. And stuff like the black community, violence, all these things, they're like the downfall of basically my generation. And I do feel like, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, if they were alive today, that's why I said in my Black Woman video, if Malcolm X were alive today, black women will reject his ass. If Martin Luther King was alive today in 2022, I honestly think he would be very disappointed, because he would see all of these fucking coons out here, and he would tell himself, what has happened to the Negro? What has happened to the black man? Why the fuck has the black man's identity damn near been tarnished and just fucked up for God knows how long? Like, even pre-slavery, the black man's image was, you know, a strong working individual working to feed his family. But nowadays, we don't really have that. And, when it comes to the black community, a lot of niggas like high in power or just who have an audience, they don't really captivate. They don't say anything that actually fucking matters. And this is my problem with like the black community and just fucking niggas in general. Like, every time somebody wants to say some uplifting shit, nobody fucking listens. Every time somebody has some good ideas that are good foundations to plant for the next generation, nobody gives a fuck. And it's kind of like, as soon as a nigga has just a different opinion about shit, everybody just stands clear away and just ignores his ass. And that's what I fucking hate about, the modern day nigga. Like, it's every man for themselves. And, let's take a look at politicians. Do you actually think that a rich white person that works for the government actually cares about black people? Or even black people in the government? Do you actually think they give a damn about niggas? No. So stop fucking acting like these people actually give a fuck about us. They don't, and they never will. It's kind of like, if you want to do something yourself, you might as well just try for it. Because every politician, every fucking, mayor, every mayor electoral, all those niggas, they could go fuck themselves, in the fucking boardroom. Because, from a personal standpoint, I've never trusted politicians. Because I know these niggas, they don't fucking do shit for the community. They fuck shit up, and I really hate how we have a bunch of old crackers deciding shit for our future. These niggas are like 4 times my age, even more than that, and I'm not even sure they're gonna be live when I turn 30. So why is it that these motherfuckers could decide shit for the better of tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I were to have children and my kids were to grow up, I honestly don't think they'd still be alive. So what's the point of them still deciding shit for the next generation of people? You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I don't really care about politics, like, when it comes to my political views on shit, who could really care? Like, people could just never agree to disagree, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has just something negative to say. And, me as a YouTuber, like, it wouldn't really help, or it wouldn't really do really much if I were to, like, give my, like, what I am, like, what type of party I resonate with. I think that's with everybody, because politics, they bring out, I think, the worst of people, and people believe all these fake hopes and dreams. I mean, look at all the niggas that said that they were gonna do, wonders for the black community. They didn't do fucking shit. A prime example is feminism. That shit, when it first came out in like the 80s or some shit, I believe the founder, I think her name was E.B.N something. You could, like, fact check me on that, please, cause I want y'all to actually know this shit, and you guys do probably know this shit. This white bitch, she was the woman that really made black women wake up, and she taught them how to be feminists and shit. This is why, like, I think she played a giant role into how black women are today, and that's kind of one of the reasons why the black community is in the condition it is now. But going back to like where I think we're gonna be in the next 5 to 10 years, as a society, I really don't think it's gonna get that much better, man. Cause we already have, like I said, inflation, corruption, senseless killings. A lot of shit is just really just not fair in life on Earth, and it's not supposed to be. But to me, it just seems like there's more bad than good. There's never really anything good that people want to talk about. Prime example, the media and celebrities and artists and all that shit. In 2022, we still give a damn about what happens in the media and all that shit. But a long time ago in the 90s, nobody gave a damn about that shit. Rappers and everybody, they didn't feed into the bullshit media. I watched this interview of every rapper that was being interviewed, and they literally said, fuck the media. And I agree. But a lot of people just lost their ways, like 2000, something around that, like the year 2000, and up until now, like a lot of people are obsessed with cameras. A lot of people are obsessed with the spotlight, you may say, getting attention. Notice every week there's always some artist or there's always some actor who just has some bullshit drama going on. The media eats that shit up, and we as a people, we love that shit. We care about all these people's relationships and all that, even though we don't give a damn about ourselves, and we don't actually take time out of our day and actually look at ourselves and feel like we're worth anything. Because what happens most of the time is a lot of people, and this is even with me sometimes, compared to, like, let's say a celebrity or an actor or a rapper, we don't really feel like shit and we feel worthless. And I'm starting to really get out of this mentality, because you gotta think, even rich people, they could even put a bullet in their head. They can want to commit suicide, hang themselves, just some fuck up shit. Just some fuck shit. People that are rich and people that are, in the spotlight all the time, I know for damn sure, like, them niggas had to do some fuck shit to get where they're at right now. Nobody does actually, or nobody has raw natural talent without selling the fuck out. And this is true with just anything. Politician, radio host, fucking, any nigga that does fucking talk shows, like, literally all that shit. And it's kind of like, my bad, guys, it's fucking white boys. But like, a lot of the times people actually do sell out. And what you guys need to realize, people had to do some fuck shit to get where they're at now. Nothing is guaranteed, like, or everything is not as everything doesn't seem to what it is. Cause niggas play tricks, niggas fuck each other over, you know. Niggas have to die, niggas do sacrifices, rituals, all that shit. It's not fake. It's real. It's very real. You know. It's very real. But with all these things that I'm talking about, guys, you know, the future, we're fucked. You know, we're fucked like 2 times, man. Because I feel like something catastrophic is gonna happen. Like an apocalypse. Either before I hit my like 80s, if I even reach that fucking age, or I feel like it'll happen like way after I'm dead. And after the whole COVID-19 shit, after the Rona, what needs to happen with the world in general is, I think God needs to push the reset button on everything and just fucking just end the fucking world. Like, you know, I don't mean this as a way to scare people, and I don't mean this as a way because I'm jealous of people's lives or anything like that. But I feel like if God sees everything that happens and he's not happy, but the shit is still going on, people are suffering and all that shit, you know, I feel like he might as well just say fuck it, you know, and just push the reset button on shit. You know, start the apocalypse, cause my nigga, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. We've not progressed in humanity at all. There's still some shit that I feel like we're not reaching the surface. And maybe this is like a spiritual thing or like a mental thing, but the way I see it is, a long ass time ago, you know, when you had the Egyptian niggas, and you had like the Jewish niggas, and you had just a bunch of races, you know, I say BC or AD, humans were fucking smart. You know, humans and people in general around that time, I say the first few hundreds of years, niggas was smart. You know, niggas weren't retarded. Flat can't talk today. Fast forward to now, niggas are at their dumbest stage in humanity. Like, and I think this is just because of modern times, and we don't have to suffer through really, like, we're not going through any wars right now, well, at least not in the US, and we're not going through any actually, we did go through some famine, but as far as like living conditions, a lot of people are just comfortable. And I think this is the problem with modern day society. A lot of people are just comfortable, and being comfortable, you start to complain a lot, and complaining a lot comes from, you know, it comes from fucking, you know, niggas getting so fucking sensitive. You know, in the 90s, the early 2000s, when people said some shit, man, you know, like a joke or whatever, nobody got mad. Like, nobody punched somebody's fucking wife. You know, nobody got mad because somebody had a joke about alopecia. Hint, hint. Will Smith, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got offended at anything. And I think woke culture and society has gone completely downhill. I noticed it right after like 2015, with this LGBTQ shit and these motherfucking woke feminists and shit. After that, I noticed there was a shift in just how people even say just funny shit. Now you have to fucking like put a filter every time you talk, But back in the day, niggas would just say just anything, really. Like nobody really gave a damn like about if anything was offensive or not, And this is my problem with modern day society. Like people just can't take a fucking joke, People are lazy as fuck. Nobody really cares about, their neighbor or anything. And a nigga like me, I wish I was in like the 90s right now. Or anything before 19 fucking... Yeah, anything before 1999. You know what I'm saying? But... man, like... As a 2000s nigga, I can honestly say, like, it's gotten worse, man. Niggas like me that are 20, 21, we've had good ass childhoods. It's just when we turn into teenagers and shit, the shit in life and the way things are going, just the changes, I've noticed it, and I've just become really like unaware and aware of it at the same time. But man, reminiscing about the past too much, it is what it is. People change. Some people never change. I will never change. I just may get a little older, but it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. The way shit is going for niggas and the way I see the world right now, it's fucked up. But I know, like, with my subscribers, or just people outside of the United States, and maybe some people in the US, there's still some people that feel the same way how I feel, They're not ready to really, I don't want to say embrace this, how we are in today's times, but it's just hard to adjust, It's just hard to adjust, but I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. Thanks for sticking around. I'm gonna probably head back home or just get something to drink, but subscribe to the network. Peace.